Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do a series of reviews on the Fieldpiece wireless and digital gauges, probes, and clamps. Okay, maybe even also the Fieldpiece, multimeter. This thing is really awesome as well. I've had these for a couple years now, and essentially I really have no bad things to say about them. I think they are absolutely worth the 600 or 700 bucks that they cost. They may be a little bit more money now, or maybe even less money now, but they are well worth it. Okay, so essentially, let me go ahead. I'm going to start with the gauges, the wireless gauges. So essentially all you do is you turn them on by holding that button down. Same thing with this. They all turn on the same way. You just hold the button down. Once you get the green light, you know you're good to go. If you have a red light, it means you need to change the battery out. Same thing with our clamps. There they are. And I shouldn't have to explain how these go on your unit. I don't think I should explain this. But so I'm just gonna fast forward that. I'm gonna go ahead and put all this on. Put this at the outdoor unit. I'm gonna put this at the air handler, at the return and the supply. The return is right there. It says right there, return. Right there, supply. Same thing with this one. They're all very similar, right? Suction side. This is going to go on the liquid side. Okay. Same thing with these bad boys. So you kind of get the deal. So I'm going to go ahead and put them on and turn this bad boy on, and I'll show you kind of how they... This thing deserves a review on its own. There's just so many things you can do with this that gives you so much value that other meters just don't have. So I'll put that one aside, but let me go ahead and put all this on. Again, this goes at the outdoor unit. This goes, I also like to put it at the outdoor unit as well. If you get the solid green light, it's having a problem connecting. So you can just turn that off. I guess that could be one of the cons to this system. Sometimes it'll have a little bit of problem connecting, but a simple restart fix that. Okay, so let me go ahead and connect that, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so these are magnetized, so they do have a good strong magnet on there. You can adjust it however way you want. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the supply. We're in cooling mode right now. I'm going to go ahead and drill a little hole in there. And this one I'm going to put in the return right down in here in the filter base. Just make sure you close the filter base nicely. Okay, so that's all you need to do in here for those, and I'll show you all the massive amount of information that they give you. So let's go back outside. Okay, so out here I have my two gauges on. We're gonna be again in cooling mode, so I screwed those on. If it's blinking green, it means you're good to go. Very important, you're always gonna have to carry a little bit of sand cloth with you everywhere you go. Okay, because one thing, this copper, the lines, it has to be pretty darn clean for it to get an accurate reading. Let me show you. If it's not clean, you may run into this. Watch. It's a maybe, doesn't always happen, but of course doesn't want to happen right now. Let me see. Well, it's not doing it right now, of course, but it'll be flashing yellow, which means it's not getting an accurate reading. And then all you got to do is really sand that down. So, all right, now that we got that on there, let's go ahead and turn it on. Before I turn it on, I just wanted to say the range on these things is pretty impressive. So you can be working on a 2-story house with the air handler in the attic of the 2nd story, and you can be at the outdoor unit and you are still getting the readings from all the way over there with the wireless probes. Okay, and vice versa. If you're up top in the air handler, you are getting all of the readings from out here onto the app on the phone. So just want to let you know, range is not a problem with these. So let's go ahead and turn it on real quick. All right, let me show you. And okay, so here's the app on my phone. You download it. It's called the Fieldpiece app. Pretty simple. So here we are. You have to select the type of refrigerant, which of course, well, this is 410A. So there it is. Off of just the probes, we are getting return air, supply air, dry bulb, wet bulb, humidity, dew point, and enthalpy. So that's a ton of information that, you know, typically it would be a lot harder to get. But now, I mean, it's all in your fingertips. Now let's see the suction side. Same thing. We have, you know, our suction side, our liquid side. We have our pressure, saturation, temperature, and then even your superheat and subcooling. So that's pretty dang impressive. Now you can also enter the dry bulb. You know, for the outdoor unit, it's about 70 degrees out here today. It's pretty cool. So there it is, guys. I mean, there's not much else to it. Now, this unit was not installed by us, so I'm gonna just use this information and do a thorough checkup on it. We're gonna let it run for 10-15 minutes, and that's really gonna give you the, you know, the real information. It's gonna tell you how the system's really doing. But because we didn't install it, I have a feeling that I'm gonna, you know, have to probably adjust the charge. People are horrible at, seems like, at least at charging systems. They just go off of the beer can cold method, which if you grab the suction line and it's, you know, beer can cold, then you're good to go, right? Freon Leon method. Well, anyways, guys and gals, that was kind of a short review. There's not much else to them, you know. There really isn't. It really, once you get them started, you know, you're gonna get the app. First of all, you're gonna throw some batteries in the kit, and then you're gonna link them up to your phone, to your app on your phone. And the one con to this system, which is not necessarily the kit's fault, but it is something you should consider, is, for one, if you don't have good internet on your phone, you won't be able to pull up the app. And if you can't pull up the app, then you don't have any information, okay? So if you're out in the middle of nowhere, it's happened to me more than once where I'm out in the middle of nowhere and this thing doesn't work because I have no internet. So I wish they could, you know, Fieldpiece hopefully puts out an offline mode, which still allows you to use the app. But as of right now, which is November 2nd, 21, they have not, okay? Just keep that in mind. The other con, which is not a big deal at all, is if you will have a kind of a connectivity issue with, you know, you start it up, and if you're not getting the flashing green, if you have solid green, it means it can't connect. So you have to turn it off and turn it on. I mean, that takes about 5 seconds, so it's not really a big deal. But that's pretty much it. All right, let me know where we at right now. It looks like this thing is really flooding. Anyways, we'll let it do its thing. But there you go. You know, you have a split. And, you know, what you could do with this app as well is, if you want to, you know, email it, you can email this app, this picture right here. Let me see if I remember how to do that. Yeah, you go to share, okay? You go to share and you can email it to the customer. You can email it to yourself and keep a good report. That's what we typically do, is that we just, truthfully, all I do is I just screenshot it and then I airdrop it into our iPad, which is a live system. So that's all I do. And then now this is saved, Okay, all this information is saved. If you come back a year, 2 years, 3 years later, you can see how the system was running 3-4 years ago. And that is worth a ton of information. Say goodbye to pen and paper. You know, this is just miles ahead of that, and it takes a lot less time. So that's pretty much it. All right, everyone.
See here, if you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Just remember to comment, subscribe. This is the wrong filter dryer. Again, we didn't install this, and well, they're actually calling me out because this person didn't want to come back and fix what was going on today, which it was just a bad run cap. But the person who installed it wanted nothing to do with them, so he wanted nothing to do with his own work. Sad, but it happens pretty much every day, I'm sure. It happens to me at least once a week, seems like. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.